Okay. All right, so I just want to introduce you guys to the new Palm Pre. It's the first phone from Palm built on a brand new operating system called Palm Web OS, which was built right from the ground up. So before I take you through the entire operating system, let me tell you a little bit about the hardware. Okay. So as you can see, it's a great form factor, very beautiful, really inspired by nature, and every angle is contoured. It's very curved. There's no sharp edges at all. Has a very natural feel in your hand, and also feels great in your pocket as well. So if I talk to you about, I'll show you a couple of different hardware features. We can start with the screen itself. It's a 3.1-inch HVGA screen. Very beautiful colors and dynamic display. If you look at the top, we have the on-off switch, and there you can actually just turn off the device, or you can actually hold it and it goes right into an option to go into airplane mode. Right beside it is our hallmark ringer on-off switch that Palm Trios have been known for. We've got a 3.5mm jack, so you can use the headset that comes with the device, or you can use any other type of standard headphone jack, Bose noise canceling kind of speakers, all that kind of stuff. On the side, we have your volume switches, the up and down. And on the other side is the charging dock. So this is actually where you can hook up a micro USB cable and to charge the device, or you can actually hook it up to your computer and it acts as a flash drive as well. So you can access the 8 gigabytes of storage, and you can transfer files, music files, or any type of video files directly on it. If you look on the back, we've got a great camera, a 3-megapixel camera with an LED flash as well. And the beautiful thing about the camera is that it has some unique software that helps with auto exposure, auto white balance, and extended depth of field. So you can actually take great pictures from a variety of distances with a fixed focus lens. Also has a great speakerphone as well. So if you want to take a call or actually listen to music, it's really loud. It's awesome stuff. So you can actually remove the back cover as well, and there's a replaceable battery, which is always convenient.
Could you show us that?
Yeah, I think I can. A little stingy here. Nope. There you go. So it's removable. Standard removable.
That's great. Cool.
So let's talk a little bit about the software as well. Oh, by the way, you can see it's a contoured slider. So it's a very unique shape to it. So again, it feels great when you're actually typing. So when you actually look at the OS, we really wanted to simplify the OS, make it almost act as if it's invisible, and really feature the content that you use and the specific applications that you use as well. So you can see the first thing you do when you open up the phone and see your beautiful wallpaper screen. And at the bottom, you can also see 5 applications as well. So I don't know if you remember in the past, Trios used to have your buttons that your one-touch buttons. You could actually launch any application with a simple touch of those buttons. But we wanted to keep that and make it really convenient still to launch your favorite applications. So that's why we've actually made them virtual now, and you can see that you can customize this quick launch bar at the bottom and launch any application. Right. Above that too is also the status bar. So the neat thing about it is it actually looks like it's a part of the hardware. And so that's where you see all your icons. You can see that you got a Wi-Fi, Bluetooth enabled status would show up there as well, and your battery, and of course the time. Along the bottom is something called the notifications bar that you'll see later on when I demo notifications, and how they're so unobtrusive. They actually just scroll along the bottom, and that way it doesn't really disturb what you're working on in the main part. Below the screen is actually something down here, which is called the gestures area. So this is actually a part of the touch screen. So it doesn't have LED capabilities, which is great because that's where you can actually perform a variety of gestures that I'll show you in a second. So as you see from the quick launch bar, it's really easy to launch any of the applications that you have there. So we can start off with contacts. And again, if you look at the beauty of the OS, it's very clean, it's very simple, it's not cluttered with buttons or windows or frames or anything like that. We really wanted to concentrate on the UI itself and the information contained in the application. So as you can see, you can just simply use the touchscreen and do a quick flick, which is one of our gestures, to easily navigate through your contacts. Very simple. It's got a nice momentum to it, so you can really scroll through a variety of data very quickly and efficiently. And if you find someone that you want to actually look into, you just simply touch on that person's name within contacts, and you see again a very clean operating system or UI, and everything's organized in a logical fashion. But the beauty about this is the fact that you can now use areas beyond just the touchscreen. So if I actually wanted to go back to my contacts list, I can simply use the gestures area down here and do something that we call the back gesture. So if you put your finger right on this area right here and simply go to the left, you can return back to your main contact. So it makes it really easy to concentrate on the information without cluttering your fingers on the screen as well. And the great part about it too, if I show you again, is you can do it on either side of the home button. So it's really great for ambidextrous purposes for the left hand or right hand. And the great thing about that too is actually you can use it in either hand. So it's very great for one-handed capabilities. So that shows you a little bit about how you can navigate through some of the applications. I'll show you another gesture too, which is fantastic, which is called the launch gesture. So you start down in the gesture area and you slide up, and that brings up your launcher. So if you're familiar with Palm products in the past, you know that our launch screen is really the fundamental way to open up and use applications. So you just simply slide up to open and close it, and you can do it in any application, and then you can use the same types of gestures just to kind of go through each of the individual application pages. So if you want to open up another app, you just simply touch it, and you can bring up photos. And this is really a great way to display how vibrant the display is. And as you can see in thumbnail mode, you can go to one picture and then use the left and right gestures, simple swipes, to see a variety of different pictures. So,
and can you zoom in with?
Yep, you can. It's a multi-touch panel display, so it's really easy to zoom in on your favorite pictures. And if you want to launch a new application, you simply just do the launcher again. If you want to start notes, the notes come up, and then you can just keep typing away. I think I have my stuff in there, and you can just write whatever you want, put a little shopping list together. The beauty of it is I can take advantage of the actual real keyboard, and not a virtual keyboard. So I know some other virtual keyboards actually take up a great deal of real estate on the touch screen. So this way you have a full availability of the entire screen, which is great. So as you can see, there's a quick way to launch applications, but Palm really wanted to take it to the next level. Opening up applications is great, but we really want to take that desktop experience. People are used to using multiple applications or activities at once, but we want to take that experience that they're used to on the PC and bring it to the mobile world. So what we did is we came up with a concept of cards and have each application or activity within a card. And that way you can hold, a bunch of cards in one hand. You can easily kind of arrange them and flip through them. We thought it was just a great metaphor to describe how we can bring this new functionality to the mobile space. So if you simply just hit this one button here, which is called the center button, and that brings up all the cards that I just happened to open in the last couple of minutes. And you can easily just go from side to side. These are all live applications. Really easy just to kind of go from one task or activity to another in a seamless fashion. So you can can see that this is just a live application.
So if say I had a web page loading in the background, I could go do something else, go back into the cards, come back, check if it had loaded up yet.
You got it.
I don't have to go right back into the.
No, that would be a live page. If I wanted to go into a web, we'll bring it up. I'll show you what web browsing on this phone is amazing. As you can see, the first page that comes up is actually your your bookmarks page, and instead of having text bookmarks, we actually took little thumbnails of your favorite pages. So if you went into BBC, and as you can see, it loads really super fast, but you could actually just kind of switch over, finish your list, and then go back to that page. You know, keep reading. You can double tap, zoom in. This is called Smart Zoom, where it actually formats to a specific column. And if you wanted to open up a new page, it's so simple to do. We'll see what else is going on here in Sky Sports. And again, while that's loading, you can go back here, zoom in or zoom out. The best thing about that too is, as you can see, it's still, as I was scrolling, it was still a live page. You can even turn it on the side, and then they all just automatically adjust to a certain way that you're viewing the phone.
So if I wanted to send that page to someone,
really easy to do. So we realize that sending links is a important way to kind of get information to other people. So you simply just drop down. Whoops, just going to go actually into the application, and you can go into page, and you can share.
Okay.
And then that link is automatically pasted into an email for you.
Okay. And is that a little preview shot of it as well?
Yeah. That's actually, it's just a little thumbnail, just to let people know that there's an actual attachment there as well. So
back in that share link, there was an option, add to launcher. What was
add to? So you could add if it's a favorite website that you normally read, you can actually add it to your launcher. So it would be like a bookmark there.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a couple of things I want to show that we've seen so far. But the big thing that I really want to show you is the ability to obviously close all these multiple cards, which is great, and that really just shows you how powerful this whole concept of cards and using cards within different activities is so simple to kind of open and close applications. And that really gives you a great perspective of how the UI works. With cards and with gestures, you can really navigate your device very easily. But the beauty of WebOS is goes beyond just being able to navigate your device. We really wanted to show the ability to bring all this information together from all places throughout the web, regardless of where it lives. We call this concept synergy. And synergy works in a variety of different ways and through 4 main programs. The first one that I want to show you is synergy within contacts. So you probably are like me, you probably have got contacts in your personal accounts like Gmail or Facebook, and then you probably got your work accounts as well in Outlook and EAS. But we really wanted to bring everything together in one simple logical view. So that way you could really have a great summation of all that information that's out there. So if we look at someone like Sophia here, you can see again all that information. But if you see this number 3 here, that tells you how many different sources are linked together in these linked contacts in order to provide all the information. So, you know, whether it's her home, Hotmail account, or her work account, you don't really want to think about what's the best way to contact her. Should I go into my Gmail, or should I you just want to contact Sophia? That's the best part about it. So there's 3 actual sources, and to see those sources, you just simply click on her name, and you can see that this is a combination of Gmail, Outlook EAS, and even her Facebook profile. And the beautiful thing about Facebook is, and this is my personal favorite, it actually brings in her information, like her Facebook profile picture. So if she updated it last night, it would automatically pull it in, so I can see her latest picture. And another great aspect to the Facebook model within contacts is the fact that perhaps maybe she got a new mobile number and she wanted to let everyone know. So instead of sending out a mass email and saying, "Hey, I've got a new contact number," she would simply change it in Facebook, and that would automatically change in mine. So there's no need to ever have to go through your contacts and manually change a number just because Sophia decided to get a new number, which is great. So, and we really see the model of bringing information and managing your own information centrally being the way to go in the future. So as you can see, it's a great way to just summarize information from all these places throughout the internet in one simple and logical view. That's what Synergy is all about. One other gesture I didn't tell you about, which is a really cool feature, is just going back to that quick launch bar that I talked about, and the fact that we don't have any buttons anymore. So we wanted a really cool way to bring those buttons back to the forefront. When you're within an application, you can simply go to the gesture area, drag up, and then launch a different application. So we'll launch Calendar, actually. And there's my calendar. So the beautiful thing about Calendar is it also leverages Synergy. People are now accustomed to having different calendars and maintaining them in different ways. So if I have my Gmail or somewhere my Google Calendar, that's where I keep all my personal stuff, and I have, my friends and family have access to that, so they can see what's going on in my personal life. Obviously, you have your EAS calendar as well. So layered calendars, that's what we call this specific functionality, actually brings all those sources together in one simple and logical view. So in here you see in yellow I would have all my personal personal kind of appointments and tasks and stuff, and in blue would be my EAS calendar. But Google also lets you subscribe to public calendars as well. So at the top, I actually subscribe to a holiday feature. So it actually pulls in that kind of information, and you can also pull in, I think I might have it here, public calendars for hockey as well. So you can see the San Jose Sharks are playing the Oilers. So that would be in red. And you can pull in other public calendars like weather and other sports teams and all kinds of stuff. The beautiful part of it too is Synergy brings everything together, but we don't disrupt that information wherever it lives. So you can easily just filter that type of information as well. So if you want to just say, hey, what's my work calendar look like? You can just simply hit that, and it will filter out all those other aspects. But the nice thing is it still keeps it in gray, so that way you know you have something going on, and you don't want to double book yourself. Another aspect to layered calendars, which is great, is the fact that we really want to have a concise view of your day. So we have this little accordion fold here. So it's the ability to compress large amounts of time, so that way you can see your entire day and not miss anything. Nothing is ever a surprise. So you can simply just click on that. If you wanted to put in a new little appointment there, you could put it in, but if not, you can just click that back and you can kind of compress large amounts of time. So that's Synergy in calendars.
And when you add an appointment, can you choose which calendar to add it to?
Exactly.
So you could choose whether it was your personal calendar or...
You can do that, and then obviously it would sync back. So if you were you were putting in a new EAS account,
right,
you could put that in there and it would sync back to your normal EAS account on the server.
Can I add it to multiple calendars? So say if I'm putting it in my Outlook calendar, and also I'm putting in, say, a shared Google calendar for my team, for instance?
Yeah. No, that's a good point. It's something I think that we're still working on right now.
Okay.
And we'd probably have more information about that closer to launch.
Okay.
Excellent. So that's Synergy within Calendar. The other aspect that I want to show is Synergy within email. So if I open up my email account, you can see here that I've actually brought together my email from a variety of different sources. Here I have Gmail and then my Palm EAS account. So you can have an all inboxes view, so it's everything combined, or if you'd like to keep them separate, you can do that as well. So if we actually look at my Gmail account, you can see again the email client is very clean. It's not cluttered with a lot of buttons. We only have one simple button for the most common task, and that's to start a new, compose a new email. So it looks like I have some emails here for some buddies of mine. So again, it's very clean. You can actually see the image of the person that's contacting you. But this is a great part about Synergy. You can't even do this on your laptop. This actually combines instant messaging as well within the email client. So that little green dot means my buddy is actually online. So I can actually choose if I want to say, oh, he's online. I'm not going to bother sending him an email. I'd rather just IM him. So you simply just click on his name, and it comes up, and you can see that it goes straight to contacts to ensure that he's still online. And one click away, I can actually go back to my previous conversation. And this really is a great segue into our messaging client. So you can see that we've had a conversation all day through Gtalk, so no need to bother emailing him, and I can just type whatever. Nice sweater, yeah. So I say, I got it on. We'll see if he responds. And it's, again, just one click to send something, and away it goes. So the beauty of Synergy within messaging is not only that you can link it from email, but we took it one step further. I think if you're used to Palm products, you've seen we actually introduced threaded chat, so you can see a full conversation within texting. And what we've decided to do here is actually incorporate texting and IM into one messaging client. So you can have a conversation regardless of how that person is communicating, either through an IM client like Gtalk or through text messages. So if he was perhaps maybe offline, I could simply just touch right here and say, you know what, I want to send him a text message. And it's still one thread, because the beauty of WebOS, it's not about how you communicate people, it's the fact that you want to communicate with certain individuals. It's about people, not about applications. So that's Synergy and IM. So I showed you a lot of different ways Synergy works. It's within messaging, it's within email, it's within calendar, and within contacts as well. And Synergy will be a huge part of the WebOS going forward. So I've showed you a lot of things. I've showed you about how to navigate your device. We looked a little bit about web browsing as well, and obviously the importance of Synergy. The last thing I want to show you is a really cool, unique feature that really takes advantage of the keyboard. So if you were just all of a sudden inspiration struck and you wanted to look something up, let's just say heard about these tomato fights in Spain, you could simply just start typing in card view. If I type in S, the first thing that comes up are any applications that start with S. If I put in P, SP, it brings up your contacts. So it's actually starting to do a smart search for you, and we call this universal search. So if I typed SP and found a contact, Spartacus, but then if I type in AI, it realizes, okay, there's no applications and there's no contacts by that name. It must mean that I want to do a web search. So it automatically gives me three choices. I can do a Google search, or I can do a map search, or a Wikipedia search. So if I just keep typing.
Could I add, say, Facebook search, that anything that offers a search client to, like Firefox, for instance?
Yeah, not at this point.
Okay.
Not at this point right now. But again, the beauty of this operating system is that you can. There's so much potential to develop new and exciting applications for it. So if I did tomato fight, and then you automatically can conduct a Google search, and it goes right into the browser. There it is. So one click away. And there you go. Okay. You can see it's really crystal clear. The images look fantastic. You can turn it on the side as well.
And can I save that picture?
That I'm not sure about. Probably have to ask the engineering folks before I start experimenting on that, for sure. So that gives you a great aspect of how universal search works. Okay. You simply just start typing, and it'll really help you narrow down that search for you.
If I wanted to say from a search or something to copy text and paste that into an email?
Yeah, we could do copy and paste as well.
Okay.
So the last thing I want to show you is notifications. So notifications, I guess the upside of being so web connected is you have access to all this information, right? Downside is people know you're online. People know that you're easily accessible, so you really have to learn how to manage all this information that's coming to you, whether it's texting, IMing, emails. calendar appointments. So we really wanted to have an unobtrusive way to notify you of certain things going on. So here's a perfect example of a notification that just came in. Again, you can still see that you have the ability to look at most of your screen, but the contact comes up, and it was actually a bit, if I just missed that, if the notification comes up, oh, there's one there. And you can easily just contact that person as well. So if it's just one click, opens up your IM account. So you can communicate to people and tell them that you're running late and go right into your email client without having to worry about fussing with different applications. So what I wanted to show you is how notifications actually come in, and if you don't act on them, we use the notification area at the bottom and little icons appear. So you can see here by this icon that I just got an IM message. So if you click on that, it gives you a little bit more context to what that message is all about, and this is called the dashboard. And then if you want to act upon it, you simply touch on the dashboard and that opens up your IM. So obviously Dave's having a little fun with me. And so again, just shows you how unobtrusive notifications are, yet very actionable when you do want to act on them. So we showed you a lot of stuff. We talked about the hardware, we talked about synergy, universal search, and notifications. So these are all the fundamental elements of WebOS that really show how you can bring all this information together and move effortlessly. So, excellent.